Hello and welcome to Minikun Tutorials. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at how to change the number of decimal places or digits of a figure in R or RStudio. That's how to actually round a decimal or even change it to a whole number, okay? Or round it to the nearest whole number, if I should, let me put it that way. Or even to the nearest whole number, the nearest whole number, for example. So supposing we have this figure here, how do we round it to 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, 6 decimal places? If we want to round it to 6 decimal places, which means we have what? 0.543670. If we want it in 6 decimal places, if we want it in 2 decimal places, it will be what? 0.54. If we want it in 3 decimal places, it will be 0.534, because this is 6, so this one will become 4, in that order. And if we want it to the nearest whole number, it will be what? 663. Now, what we are doing now might not be very important to you, but the purpose of this first tutorial is to give you a clear concept of how to round decimals in R or RStudio. Once you understand this concept, you can apply it to more complex situations such as vectors or even data frames, which means when you read your data set into R and then it happens that a particular column, you want to round all the values of a particular numeric variable, that is a particular column, you want to convert all the values to the nearest whole number, then this concept, what we are learning today on figures, will help you do that. In my subsequent videos, I'll be making I'll be explaining how you can actually do this. Okay, now, so without much ado, let's start. Let's assume this figure, I just saved it in an object called A. So if I should run this, let's see what we get. If I should type A here and hit enter, we have 662.5437. so even from the start, you would realize that R actually by default presented our five decimal figure in the form of a 4 decimal figure. So it presented it as 662.5437 because this is 7, and so this one becomes what? This is more than 5. 7 is more than 5, so this becomes 7. So we have 5437. So why did it happen? By default, R only doesn't exceed 4 decimal places. So if you want to tell R to present the figure the way it is, then you can simply do that. So let's assume we want R to present it in 5 decimal places. Then we will simply, let's assume we want to save the results in another object called B. So we say B is either equal to or less than and then hyphen. Then we use the formula or the command or the code format. So format, then we open brackets, and then we have to round. We open bracket. What are we rounding? We have to round our figure A, which is 662.54367. We put comma. How many digits do we want after the decimal point? So since we want all these 5 digits to appear, then we have to indicate that 5. Just put 5, it's okay. Or if you want to, you can indicate digits is equal to 5. You close the bracket, and then you have to indicate the number of decimal places. It's very important to indicate the number of decimal places, because if you are saying you want 5 digits, then you must emphasize that you really want what? 5. If you want 5 digits after the decimal point, then you must emphasize that you want 5 decimal places. If I should put, so to do this, you have to say n small, which is for indicating the number of decimal places, is equal to 5. If I should put 6, it means that R will be forced to put 0 here for us to have 6 decimal places. So I don't want that, then I will just say 5, so that R will give us the figure the way it is. Now if I should run this, And then over here, if I should say B, enter, we see that our initial figure has been presented the way it is. Now, in case we want to add some extra zeros, supposing we want to present it in 6 decimal places, as I said, then let me just simply copy this and paste. If we want it that way, then let's paste this. And you just say, for instance, number of decimal places should be 6. So if number of decimal places should be 6, then R will be forced to put 0 so that we can have 6 decimal places. So if I should say B, enter, you see that R has added 1 0. Sometimes you may even have a whole number and then you want the whole number to be presented with 0.00. Assuming we want to present 25 as not just 25 but 25.00. So if I should say 25, just set it the way it is, 25. If I run this, R presents it as 25, but I want R to present it as in 2 decimals, meaning R will be forced to put 0.00. How do I do that? It's very simple. Simply say format, open brackets, round, open brackets, you put 25, you put comma, number of digits is equal to what? 0, because the initial figure has no, we don't want to, the initial figure itself was not having any digits after the point. It's not even a decimal in the first place. It was not in the form of a decimal. So we put number of digits after the decimal point is 0. We close the bracket and then we indicate that the number of decimal places that we want, n small, is equal to what? 2, since 1.00. If 1.0030, then we put 3. So if I should just do it this way, leave it this way, and run this, you see that we have 25.00. Now, if we want this particular figure in 2 decimal places, then it's very simple. Let me just copy and paste this. So we copy it and paste it here. And I'll simply say I want it in 2 decimal places, right? So this will be number of digits after the decimal point will be what? 2, meaning it will be 5, 4. Number of decimal places will be equal to what? 2. And that is it. If I should run this, if I should say B, enter, look at B in 2 decimal places. If I want this in, let's say, 2 decimal places, but with, sorry, I want 2 digits after the decimal point, but with the number should be presented in 4 decimal places, meaning it will be 0.5400. It's very simple. All you have to do is, let me repeat it, just paste it here. And then all we have to do is to put 4 here. So we say 4 here, it means we'll have 0.54, that is 2 digits after the decimal point. But since we want it in 4 decimal places, then R will be forced to put 0.00. That's what it means. Now if I should say B and enter, you have it here. Thank you so much for watching. In our next tutorial, we will look at how to apply this concept in vectors and data frames. Please subscribe. Bye.